Hi there, everyone. Today we are making my Granny Sue's chicken pot pie and a fun little Easter dessert today. Sorry that my hair is wet. I didn't have time to blow dry my hair. So we're going to begin by shredding up our chicken. I will go ahead and add this in here because I've already cooked my chicken, and this is going to be my grandmother's recipe. And you'll be able to find it on Food Talk TV and on my website. So let's go ahead and open these blinds here. Please make sure you're tapping the screens and sharing the live. So I'm going to be using one of my friend's hacks to shred my chicken up. And tell me if you use this hack in the comments by doing a emoji of a chicken emoji.
A chicken emoji? Like a chicken leg?
Yeah. All right. So, it came out.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Food Talk TV. You're watching Just Like Granny on the screen. Please give her a follow and follow Food Talk TV. My name is Kaz. I'm cooking with Kaz. Look at her shred that chicken. Gluten-free Mama Ann does this on her channel all the time. You guys, where is everybody from? Just type your state or country.
All right. So now we have our chicken shredded up. Let me get all the pieces that flew everywhere. No pun intended.
Or at least it flies at some point, right?
Yes. And then we have to put it into our casserole dish. I'm going to do it right here so you can see. I'm just going to shred it all over the bottom here, or spread it all over the bottom of the casserole dish.
Georgia, California. Hey, Chef O'Streetery.
Please make sure you're tapping those screens, you guys. It encourages me to stay live, and it also makes us feel good here on foodtalktv.com.
Sure does. Oh, thank you for the gifts. We love gifts.
All right, so now that we have our chicken shredded, we're going to start with our base. We're going to add in 1 can of cream of chicken soup.
Hi, Kathy from Houston. Hello, Gina. Jay wants to know what you're making.
I am making my Granny Sue's chicken pot pie.
We had on Sketchy's Live yesterday, we had a beef pot pie. Of course, we got a lot of cold weather. It's probably still snowing in Sweden, right?
It's not snowing today.
Hello, Kathy. Will from Houston. Her granny's what? Her granny's pot pie, chicken pot pie.
And then 1 can of cream of mushroom soup.
Custom Maker 1, good morning to one of our subscribers.
Good morning, everyone. Nothing like congealed soup coming out of a can.
The thing is, though, you know, after you eat it long enough, you know, that's just deliciousness. So just digging it out, all those little bits. Good morning, Luann. Ellen. All our family is here.
Post the thumbs up in the comments if you saw it on my Facebook page or on our Food Talk TV Facebook page about me going live here on Food Talk TV this morning.
Hi,
So
Colleen.
because I don't have any veg all, I'm going to add 1 can of corn.
Chef of Streetery is posting thumbs up for you.
Great. I'm just draining my can of green beans, you guys. Please make sure you keep tapping the screens, follow, and share this live.
Yes, we only have 1,400 likes. Tap the screen, guys.
Let's try to get me up to 10,000 likes. If you can get me up to 10,000 likes, I'll tell you a secret of mine. All right, so I'm going to add in a can of green beans.
Tammy Nicole, she is making a chicken pot pie.
Always look for those
hairy
sprouts.
parts.
Yeah, because the companies don't care about removing the sprouts. And I'm also going to cut up a potato, and we're going to add in some peas and carrots.
You are doing this. You're going back to basics on this, aren't you?
My grandma usually does 2 cans of veg all, but they don't have it in Sweden, so I have to make my own. So, what the heck? I'll just add it all.
Tanya Langley, hello to another one of our subscribers.
And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dice up. I don't have a knife.
Sassy Princess 24 says, "Hey, little lady, how are you?"
I'm good. How are you doing? I'm going to cut me up.
And your likes went from 1,400 to 4,000, like in a blink.
Thank you, you guys. Keep tapping those screens to get me to 10,000, and I'll share a secret of mine. So we're going to dice up these taters.
Billy Blakes, thank you for the gift.
So just dicing them up to go into the chicken pot pie, you guys.
Hey, since most of our family's here, I can give you guys a little preview. There's big changes coming to Food Talk TV. There's schedule changes. There's personnel changes. And there's exciting news for Just Like Granny, too, later on today. She doesn't know it yet.
Oh, no. I got enough exciting news today.
Good news. How about that?
All right. So I'm going to add in my potato here. And then we're going to put in a little bit of black pepper, like my Granny Sue does. You don't need salt because, Lord help us, we already know we're going to be swelled up like balloons after eating this. And we're just going to mix this together here. We're going to add a little bit of homemade chicken stock. This is for me boiling my chicken breast. Please make sure you're tapping those screens and sharing live, you guys. And we're just going to mix this up. Look how good that looks, you guys. Look at all those colors and how creamy. This is going to be so delicious. Now, what we have in here is carrots, potatoes, corn, green beans, peas, cream and mushroom soup, some black pepper, and everything like that. So once it's all mixed up, and you can also add whatever vegetables you want to, but these are the basics here that we always stick to. So
There's your 10,000 likes.
10,000 likes. Okay. A secret about myself. When I was a little girl, I thought that when you, my grandma told me that my grandpa kicked the bucket. So, when I was a little girl, I was terrified of buckets because I thought that if you actually kicked a bucket, you would die. So, I stayed away from buckets until I realized that it was just a saying. All right. If you can give me 20,000 likes, I'll share another story.
Oh my God.
So we're just going to add this on top. We want to put this on top of the chicken. I don't know why. It's just how my Granny Sue does it.
Okay.
So,
You know, there's one of our followers in here, Ashton, um, who's got a food blog. I don't know how up to date it is, but I look at it and it's got a lot of good ideas. She's from Oklahoma, and the blog is called Lean Cuisine. Her name is Colleen, and the name of the follower is Mod Farm Girl.
oh, well,
So,
if she messages me, we can surely become friends
oh yeah,
on TikTok.
she says, "Hey, that's me. Yes, that is you." You guys give her a follow. Mod Farm Girl. Go to her blog, Lean Cuisine. She works at a news station.
Oh, that sounds interesting. I bet she gets a lot of good or not so good news.
You know, the only news I think that I've seen her actually share because her page is food content. Uh,
Uh-huh.
she used to do a lot of news on Joe Exotic. You remember that guy?
Uh, the
The
guy that got
tiger.
ate by the tiger lady?
No, you got that almost completely backwards. He's the Tiger King,
Oh,
almost completely backwards. What's her name? Carol, whatever, killed her
oh,
husband.
Carol something.
Carol Baskin.
Yeah. All right, so now that we have our mix on top of there, we're going to make our dough or our crust. And like always, you're going to want to sift your flour, but I'm going to use, I got to make my own self-rising flour because they don't have it here in Sweden. So I'm going to do 1 cup of flour.
Do they have anything in Sweden that's convenient?
No, I have to order a lot of my stuff, so my chicken pot pies are a treat. So I'm going to add in some salt and some baking powder. And I'm going to go ahead and go melt my, I'm going to add a little bit more baking powder. I want it fluffy. I'm going to go ahead and melt my butter and get out my milk. So can you tell them about Food Talk TV while I'm doing that, please?
Sure. Hello, Marty. Good morning to you. Marty is a City Girls Kitchen. She does a live every Tuesday at 5 o'clock Central. You guys, you're watching Food Talk TV. Thank you for coming. We go live every single day. And in the future, we're going to be going live a lot more than twice a day. Um, we are a group of 12 creators, and we're getting ready to grow our ranks. So please start watching. In the next couple weeks, we're going to need all of our family to tune in and give us views, watch our lives. Please find out when we're going live because due to circumstances that are unrelated to politics and TikTok, our views are going to go down for about 2 weeks. So we are really going to appreciate our loyal followers finding us and watching our recipes.
All right, so I'm going to sift this together. Get out of the way, spoon. And do you guys know why we sift our flour?
Thank you, Gina.
We sift our flour to aerate it and make it fluffy, and also to remove any unwanted clumps in our flour. Because whenever exactly lumps, so yep, there you go. Because when you're making stuff and all kind of stuff, or a cake, and you bite into it, and there's a piece of raw flour, which has happened to me before at a church function, you're not going to want to eat that person's cakes no more.
April wants to know how you made your own self-rising flour.
I use 1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 tablespoon of baking powder. But that's just my preference. There's tons of different ways to do it. Miss Sherry has a video up on it for her 10-second cooking school. So we're going to add in our butter. And we want 1 stick. Ooh, as hot as Hades nutsack. Sorry.
Hey, speaking of 10-second cooking school, you guys, if you're food creators in the comments, and I know some of you are, you should make a 10-second cooking school. If you do, we will actually feature it on our site. There's some rules to it. The video needs to be 14 seconds or less. It can be about anything that you want, and it can be in the style that you want. We have one creator who is Sketchy Chef. Hers are always sarcastic and funny. And we have other creators like Ashton, go ahead, Ashton, you can do that. They can hear me talk. We have other creators like Ashton whose tips are really useful and really serious. So all you have to do is make your video, tag it, put the hashtag 10-second cooking school and Food Talk TV in it, and we'll put it up on our site. Rhonda, she is not making, the first thing that she was doing was making chicken pot pie. And I believe that just went in the oven. Hello, Sketchy Chef. Mod Farm Girl, all you have to do is do a tip. Just do a tip or a hack. They're the easiest videos to make in the world.
And then we're just going to let that.
There's our crust.
Go on top there.
Oh, and by the way, if you should really think about making one of these videos because they have gone viral already. And the young lady on the screen is just like Granny. You should go to her page and give her a follow. She also has Instagram, which is just like Granny, only with periods in between each word, and justlikeGranny.com. Food Talk TV has a website. It's foodtalktv.com, and you can find all our recipes. This one is already at foodtalktv.com.
All right. So here is our chicken pot pie. Oh, there's my mama. Hey, mama. Yes, it is the best homemade chicken pot pie, mama. So,
Tammy, why don't you change? Why is your name user 5889 whatever?
because of her work.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to put this into the oven now, and we're going to bake it till it's bubbly on top.
And it's smoky in that oven.
Yeah, because I had a cooking sheet in there.
Uh,
I forgot to blow dry my hair, but that heat did it real quick. Oh, I need to turn off I had it too hot in there, that's why. I just turned it on to preheat it, and I had it too hot.
so Colleen asked about 10 minutes ago, and I didn't get to the question. Is there anything in Swedish grocery stores that you miss from America?
I miss all American type cuisine. I miss being able just to go buy a can of cream of mushroom soup, or I love Duke's mayonnaise and I don't get it, and there's a lot of stuff. So we're gonna start heating this up some water. I got me a little eye right here.
Did you say ah or I?
I.
Ah. Okay.
And I. All right, so I'm gonna put some water in this.
Texano Paul sends lots of hearts. And Gina asked you about the pot pie. Does it freeze well?
It does freeze well. Just put it in a safe container that you can reheat it back up in the oven whole. But I have all that written on my blog post. All right, so we're going to do double boiler. We're going to let that start melting. We're going to let that get hot. And we're going to melt some white chocolate. And we're going to let that melt down. Gotta pull up my britches, everybody. So, put up the scissors. Put up the chicken broth.
Our website, well, you could be talking about two. Foodtalktv.com is our website, just like granny.com is her website. Kathy Wilkes says, cute kitchen.
So I'm going to be using Reese's peanut butter, imported from the U.S. I told y'all that they import stuff from the U.S., right? It has all the same ingredients. They're not going to open up factories to make healthier versions of what you're eating in America. They're eating the same thing. I told you this 100 times. They love corn syrup, MSG, and high fructose just as much as we do, and all the preservatives. So, we have that. We got some confetti. Don't listen to none of those TikTok videos about this is banned in Europe or whatever. Frosted Flakes. I literally got Frosted Flakes right up there in my cabinet. All right. So
I heard everybody in Europe is a size 2 and nobody is obese. Because they all eat healthy. Hey, dancing puppy.
Yeah. They have more pizza places here than I do, than I've ever seen in my whole life. At every corner, there's a kebab, a pizza place, Asian food. It's within walking distance here. All
You
right.
guys, if you're just scrolling through, please give us a follow and give just like Granny a follow on her page. You've got 15,000 likes.
We're going to add in peanut butter.
Dee Dee Fountain says that she loves your accent. Dee Dee, she is a Georgia girl from Jackson County, and she is currently in Sweden.
It comes out more when I'm not really paying attention because here I have to change the way I talk. But it comes and goes depending on who I'm talking to. Like, the thicker it is, like if I was talking to my mama or my sister, which I was talking to my sister this morning, it comes on real thick. So I'm gonna put this up here. So I'm gonna put peanut butter in here.
Dee Dee is an expat as well. She's in Berlin. She's from California.
Oh,
She says it's nice to see other expats.
it's hard living away from what you grew up with.
She wants to know what brought you to Sweden.
A man. Girl, maybe we can ship each other stuff if we find American products. I'm serious.
She's in Berlin. I'm willing to bet that she's connected with the military somehow.
Girl.
I bet she has access to a lot of stuff.
Girl.
Nancy Barker Nancy Barker Heron wants to know what you're making.
Alright, so I'm making DIY Reese's peanut butter white chocolate Easter eggs.
Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And Dee Dee says, nope, no military, LOL.
And because
But
I need to use up this fake powdered sugar here, I'm going to add a little bit of it.
did you say fake?
Mm-hmm. For the diabetic people.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, did I miss an episode? Did you show how to make fake powdered sugar?
And we're just going to mix this up. Tell Jessica I got to update one of my recipes. I realized that the peanut butter was going to need powdered sugar, so tell her not to do that recipe. Mom, I know you can hear me. Alright, so I'm going to mix this together.
Sketchy says that she uses sugar-free powdered sugar as well. Your mom said she's not home, but she'll tell her.
Okay. So we're just going
Karen
to mix
Snyder
that
says,
together.
hello, Ashton. I love you.
Hello, Karen. I love you too. All right. Now we're just going to take our hands It should be thicker than this. I think I just messed up. It's good though.
Donna said you can use monk fruit sugar as well. Sketchy Chef says that you can tighten it up by cooling it down. You guys are watching Food Talk TV. If you're just scrolling through, please give us a follow. That's Ashton on the screen. Her username, her TikTok name is just like Granny. Please give her a follow. Please give us a follow. Trina Davis says hi from Kentucky.
Hi. So I just pulled my pump out.
Okay. You know what?
It's okay. It's just my diabetic pump.
Okay.
I'll redo it and
Because you've got another pump that I'm more worried about. Pink Poodle is asking what time it is there.
I don't know if I need a Band-Aid, baby. I'm a little bit shocked right now. I don't know how to respond.
Do we need to end the live?
No. We're good.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna make little Easter eggs on here. On my stomach.
Okay, we're going to take a slight break while Ashton takes care of herself. Ashton, go ahead and take care of what you need to take care of, okay? I can tell people about
it was just a Band-Aid. He wanted to put a Band-Aid on it so I wasn't bleeding on the show.
That's probably a good idea. But you need to do whatever you need to do.
I'm not worried about the insulin pump. I thought it was my other one. But I'm making little Easter egg shapes like teardrops here with the spoon. Uh-oh. I'm sorry, you guys. Do another one. And another one here.
Thank you, Dancing Puppy. Yes. Tap the screen. Show some love to Ashton. We appreciate it.
All right.
Exactly, Ellen. So how many is this going to make?
2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
That was the entire jar of peanut butter?
Yep.
And it looked like 1 cup of powdered sugar?
Yep. I'm just putting in a new spot. Give me a second. You can talk about Food Talk TV.
Okay. You guys are watching Food Talk TV. We are a group of creators. We go live every single day. We're going to be making changes to our schedule. So all our regular viewers, please stay tuned. Also, please keep up with our schedule over the next couple weeks because TikTok is going to be dropping our views for probably the next couple weeks. So we're really going to depend on our loyal family to come in and watch us every day.
All right, so I'm gonna put these over here for a minute.
If you need this recipe, go to foodtalktv.com or go to justlikegranny.com.
All right, so while that cools down, from Sketchy Chef tell me put them in the refrigerator. Sorry, I gotta pull up my brushes all the time. We're gonna try to melt this white chocolate here.
You got a double boiler going on.
Yeah, looking like Harry Potter over here.
Kathleen C 150 says she loves the looks of your oven.
Thank you.
Kathy Hallman says you're amazing. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you.
Boozy Floozy is in the house. Hey, Cha Cha.
Now, let me know in the comment section, are you a white chocolate fan or are you a milk chocolate fan or dark chocolate?
Yeah, what kind of chocolate do you guys like? Do you like white chocolate? Some people don't like it at all. It's a love or hate thing, I think. We've got dark chocolate. All chocolate. There you are, Kathy. Dark chocolate, dark chocolate. Lindsay. Oh, Luann. There's a couple white chocolate people there. Milk chocolate. Too legit, mama.
Sorry, I'm drinking my kombucha.
One of the things that I always forget, I know a lot of food facts, but one thing I always forget is the difference between white chocolate and dark chocolate. And I know that one thing that people always tell me that's wrong is that white chocolate is not chocolate. White chocolate is chocolate, but I can't remember what the difference is. Do you know what the difference is?
Dark chocolates are usually roasted.
Chef God, good morning.
They usually roast or toast the bean a certain way. But white
Sunny
chocolate,
Sassy.
there's also, when you pull the chocolate beans apart, it's like kind of creamy on the outside. And you can use that depending on your chocolate. But it's usually the difference of how much sugar they've used to caramelize it and how they've roasted it.
Hey, Jen. Jen says, well, before I get to Jen, let me say thank you to Sunny Sassy Sally for the heart and hands. That's really sweet. And Jen says that it's has no cocoa solids in it. It's made from cocoa butter.
That's also true.
Yes.
I forgot about that part.
Pasta Maker One says it's all about the cocoa solids. Okay.
All right. So.
Oh, somebody is calling you out. 21K, did she miss the second story?
All right. Let's see, which story does it seem I should tell?
Hard to beat that kick the bucket story.
When I was a little girl, my granny used to take us to my skin. I forgot to put my lotion on. When I was a little girl, my granny would take us to church every Sunday. And the night before, she would put our hair up in curlers, and she'd put us in white stockings and penny loafers and sometimes dresses that she made handmade. And I remember I was going to church one Sunday, and we weren't allowed to mess these clothes up. You know, they were Sunday clothes. And I remember going to Sunday school, and this one girl, she always had a problem with me. She hated me. She was like this big bully to me at church. And she was like twice my size. And she told me, she goes, my mama said that your mama was an H double, a WHORE. I didn't know what that meant, but I was like, my mom's not one of those, because I know my mama. And I was like, there's only one way that we can solve this, so and so. And she goes, how? And I go, meet me outside after church, and I'm going to whoop your butt. So we went out at church in our Sunday clothes after church, and I beat the tar out of her, even though she was twice as big as me, because I had a little girl, I had a little sister, so we were always used to tumbling. And I knew all the dirty tricks, and that girl didn't have a sister, so she didn't know to pull the hair and all that, so I whooped that little girl's butt. I was just saying she never messed with me again, and that family didn't come back to church, so I don't know.
So I wonder if she reconsidered saying that to another little girl.
I don't know. But she said, my mama said that. And I was like, I don't care what your mama said. I know my mama. I don't know what that is, but my mama's not that. I knew it was bad because, everyone knew your mama.
So people are concerned about your dressing, what your grandma said.
Oh, my grandma? She whooped me.
Okay, there you go.
She whooped me because I tore up my white stockings, and my hair was all messed up, and I broke my clip on the back of my hair that had like pearls on it, and I scuffed up my shoes. I got a whooping for messing up my clothes, and I got a whooping for fighting at church and embarrassing my family. But then my daddy bought me ice cream because I whooped the girl's butt.
See, that's a good daddy. He knows the importance. Dancing Puppy is laughing. The church ride home must have been good.
All I remember is being in the back of my Granny Sue's silver Impala and her saying, wait till I tell Pop about what you did.
So you're going to dust your hands a little bit before you handle those? Oh, what are you doing? We can't see you.
Hold on. I'm testing it before I do it to make sure I'm not
Okay.
stupid.
Okay. Recent Lay says your stove is so cute. And Kathleen
so it
says,
sort of worked. All right.
Dancing Peppy says, great story, thanks.
All right.
Dee Dee,
Give me a 30,000 likes. I think maybe I should freeze these before I do this.
I think so too. I think
I'm not going to be able to do this, but I'll revise the recipe for later. But the chicken pot pie is almost done. I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to show y'all a little preview of the chicken pot pie. Here's how it's looking.
Whoa, that crust is browning pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Chef God, thank you for the likes. Pasta
See,
Maker, thank you for the
this was
likes.
a good lesson today because I taught y'all that even us here on Food Talk TV, our recipes don't always go as planned. Our stuff doesn't go how we want it to, you know?
Oh my gosh. Uh, Anybody who's watched my lives for enough has seen my kitchen so completely smoked out that I had to open up every door in the house before I could continue the live. The broiler, I've had so many broiler fires on live.
My nose is peeling. Where can we get the recipe? On Food Talk TV or on my website. I'm going to have to revise that recipe and come back to it for the Easter eggs.
Okay, you just said on my website. What's your website?
JustLikeGranny.com.
There you go. Yeah, Ellen, smoke detector fun, especially on Cooking Club. So please give us a follow. Well,
Yeah, I think I'll have to just try again. Oh, thank you, Karen. She always joins every single one of my lives.
yeah, Karen is a good fan. She's really Food Talk TV family.
I was hoping those Easter eggs was going to be different and that was going to fill up my time. But I don't have anything else planned. And the chicken pot pie is almost done. So if you can get me to 30,000 likes, I'll tell you another story.
You know you're only a couple hundred away from there, right? So you better be thinking of that story right now.
Am I okay? Yeah, I'm just tired. I've been dealing with weakness the past week. My oven is from Switzerland, so I have no idea. I've been dealing with weakness the past couple weeks because my iron is low again, and I've been really tired. And so I have an infusion on Tuesday.
$30K, there it is.
All right, let's see. When I was a little girl, my daddy used to make us hot dogs, but they didn't have no buns. And he would cut them up in little bitty pieces and put them on a plate, cook them in the microwave or boil them. And we would eat them with ketchup. Well, I started going to school. And one day, the teacher, she was going around the room and asking the kids what they wanted for lunch. Do you want a hot dog? You want a hamburger? You want pizza? Whatever. So I stood up on my chair. I have no idea why I did this. But I stood up on my chair in my sweatpants and my Rugrats t-shirt with pigtails. I see it to this day. And I stood up with my bright blonde red hair sticking out like a sore thumb in the middle of the classroom with my building blocks in my hands and scream, "I want weenies!" And it still haunts me to this day.
No.
I don't know why I did that. I can't explain it. I don't know why I did it.
No.
But
No.
I still remember it. I'm still embarrassed. Look, I'm turning red now. I'm still embarrassed about when I was a kid, and I can't ever live it down, I guess.
Uh-huh. That sounds like the kind of story that would follow you all the way through your school years.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Yeah.
if you get me to 40,000 likes, I'll tell you another story.
Oh my gosh.
I have a lot of stories. I need to get a chair, though.
Get a chair. Get a chair. You guys are watching Food Talk TV. That's Ashton on the screen. Her TikTok handle is just like Granny. Please be sure to give us a follow and give Granny a follow. Her real name is Ashton, and she is not a granny, uh, but she cooks just like Granny. Too Legit Mama wants to know where you grew up.
Where did I grow up? I grew up in Jackson County, Georgia. I went to Jackson County High School. I graduated from Jackson County Comprehensive High School. I went to Jackson County Elementary, Jackson County Intermediate, Jackson County. I didn't go to Jackson County Middle School. I went to Hammond Morris on West Side because we moved. And then I went to Appalachia High School for 2 years. And then I went to Winder Barrow High School for a year. And then I graduated from Jackson County Comprehensive High School, just like my mom and daddy.
So Amber, who is Hot Shot Creekmore, says she's from Jackson.
Oh, well, you probably know me. You probably know of my family. My great uncle's a rich man, and he builds houses and stuff. People probably know Erica and Brittany more than me. I'm the black sheep of the family because I didn't have a daddy and my daddy died.
And Jess in TN says, I haven't seen you in forever. And Amber says that she's only lived there for 8 years,
Mm.
but she does love your channel.
If you go over there on Highway 53, over there near where that gas station is that's going into Jackson County where the old Ye Old station used to be, there's this little bitty place and they sell these energy drinks. They're not energy drinks, but they're, like weight loss drinks or whatever. They put caffeine and stuff like that in them. I would go there all the time because that lady there makes such good cherry and fruit punch drinks.
Lisa Brewer says that she lives in Jackson County in Jefferson. Is it this old home week?
We used to go shopping at the Quality Foods all the time. I love Quality Foods. My granny loves the penny savers at Publix, and she'll look in the newspaper for the items that are a penny, and she'll go up there to Publix and buy. It don't even matter what it is. It could be like tissues or diapers for a penny, and she'd get it, and if she don't use it, she donates it to the church. Just so that she can go up there and say, I'm using my penny saver.
You guys, thank you for the likes. You've got 37,000 likes. We appreciate you guys coming in. You're watching Food Talk TV. If you have not followed us, give us a follow and hit the little bell so that you can find out whenever we're going live.
I don't see
we go live
any
a lot.
shares. I don't see any shares. We need to get at least 20 shares if I'm going to do a juicy story. We need 20 shares if you want a juicy story.
Okay, so right below me is the number of people who have come in through shares. You guys share a lot, but you need to share with people who will come on in. So share with people who don't know Food Talk TV. Share with people who are not in the live currently. Up 17. Somebody else just joined through a share. 18. Somebody else just joined through a share. We appreciate that. We've got a chicken pot pie in the oven. It's almost ready to come out.
I'm back.
Up,
Just kidding.
yep, there we go. 20. Thank you, Amber.
All right.
25
So
shares. Jeez,
we're
you
almost
guys are
at
good.
40,000 likes. Once we get there, I'll start my next story. And this one's a bad one that I did. This was a bad story. All right, 40,000. When I was in second grade, I had this mean teacher. I'm saying she hated me, like she despised me. And what made it worse, her name was Miss Thunderberg. No joke.
Thunderbird,
That was her name, Miss
Thunderbird.
Thunderberg. And she hated me. But she was a good teacher. She was a really good teacher. And she taught me how to write cursive. But she didn't like me and I didn't like her. It was mutual. And I was going through a phase because my family was splitting up and all this stuff. So I was going through a phase and I started learning what stealing was. And so I went to her classroom one day and I saw her daughter. And I thought that's so unfair. Like, her daughter gets to come to school and get cool stuff and all that, you know? So, and she was playing with a yo yo. So, when it came time for recess, she put her yo yo down and went out to help her mama watch the kids. Well, I stayed behind pretending like I was doing stuff. And I stole the yo yo. And I put it in my breeches because I didn't think they would search in my breeches.
Oh my God.
And so I went outside, played the whole time, sweated and everything with the yo-yo in my breeches. I come back in, that little girl's looking for her yo-yo. Looking for her yo-yo. Crying, looking for the yo-yo. Well, we're sitting there in the classroom. The mom is pissed. And the teacher, she goes, "Who took the yo-yo?" And nobody would say nothing because nobody knew except for me. And we were sitting there, and she goes, "I'm going to call the principal in here, and we're going to search every single one of you." And I'm thinking, over a yo-yo? And so they called the principal in there and wouldn't let nobody leave. And eventually they found the yo-yo because it fell out of my breeches into the floor. And I got in a lot of trouble. I didn't have recess for 2 weeks, which was fine with me because I didn't really like going outside anyways. And I had to sit inside and do work. And if it wasn't for me stealing that yo-yo and doing that extra work, I wouldn't have learned how to write in cursive because she made me sit there and learn how to write in cursive because I stole a yo-yo.
How old were you?
I was in second grade.
Oh my gosh. Was that 8 years old? Is that eight?
Yeah. And so I sat there and I learned cursive. And you know what? I was one of the two people that could only write in cursive when I graduated high school for our written exams. And I got double points.
All right. Did you
All
see Patty's
because
comment?
I stole a yo yo when I was 8 years old.
Did you see
And
Patty's comment?
no,
She says, "Did you really move to Sweden for your man, or did you have to leave Jackson County?"
But yeah. All right. If you can get me to 50,000 likes, I got another story for you. Because we're waiting on the chicken pot pie to get brown.
Text Terminator is comparing you to Bart Simpson.
Oh, well, that's great. I'd rather be, you know.
Having to write on the board every day. I will not. Kathy says, "Great story. You've got a lot of laughs in the comments."
But yeah. And when my sister got that teacher, she asked her, she goes, "Are you related to Tori Butler?" And my sister goes, "You mean Toto? My sister?" She could automatically tell we were totally two different people. My sister calls me Toto because she had a speech impediment until she was about maybe 10, 11. She couldn't read. It was really hard for her to read because she felt stupid when she said words like diploma or, you know, stuff that had like extra M's in it or had that
Yeah,
sound because she would go, no, 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 like a me, you know, like on Nemo. She was like that kid, that
right.
fish. So she had to be, she literally got hooked on phonics. The teacher got her hooked on phonics and
Yeah,
taught her. And that's how my sister learned because my sister had an issue with words and stuff like that. But get me to 50,000 likes, you guys, and I'll tell you another story before we go.
so how's your pot pie coming? That crust should be pretty well done, shouldn't it?
I've already looked at it. It's not dark enough yet.
Okay, all right.
I have a lot of stories. I have a lot of things about me and David too, being here in Sweden and all kind of stuff. I don't like having a boring life. That's for sure. It looks like we only have about
How's that look?
15 minutes left, so if y'all don't get me that 50,000, you're just gonna have to wait till next Saturday for my next story.
So something is happening to my phone. The picture has gotten so dark I can barely see you anymore. There's no, I don't think anybody else is having that problem.
I'm not.
I may have to go off and come back on. I may have to go off and come back on
How long have I been
because
here?
I'm
About 2 years. Oh, that sun feels good. My back hurts so bad, you guys. I'm alright. My back just hurts real bad. Please make sure you're following. Please share the live. Tap those screens. Try to get us up to 50,000. I have to go to a chiropractor because when I was in college, I slipped and fell, and dislocated my hips, and it moved my L5 up. And then when I was 14 years old, I got into an ATV accident, and it was a really bad one. I shattered my right ball in my arm, the radial head, and so yeah.
Hey there, new phone.
Uh,
Yep. I don't know what happened to my regular phone, but it decided to go black. Yes, tapping is like clapping, guys. Almost 50,000.
my back
Thank
hurts
you
so
for all the
bad.
likes, Tanya, Howling Tales, Patty, Amber, Too Legit Mama.
Thank you. I've decorated it myself. We're still working on it though. It's not entirely done. Mama, don't say anything. I'm going to talk about that story next.
Turtle bait? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I need to hear that. Turtle bait.
I'm sure you do.
Well, in about 30 seconds, we're going to hear about it.
Yep.
And there is 50K likes.
All right. So, my mama calls me Turtle Bait. Ever since I was about 12, 13 years old, my mama has called me Turtle Bait. And as an inside joke, she always buys me turtles and gives them to me. And the reason this is because when me and my sister were younger, we used to go deer hunting. We used to go deer hunting a lot, my sister more than me. And we would go up to Deer Club or the hunting club. And we had a four-wheeler. And my sister and I loved the four-wheeler. We would take turns going up and down the long hill. Well, near one of those hills is a cliff that goes off about 50 feet. And in it is a lake, and it's called Turtle Creek. And it's full of snapping turtles. I mean, full of snapping turtles. We even brought a turtle home one day, saved its life because its shell got cracked. Anyways, that's another story for another day. And me and my sister, we decided to play like we were running from the law on the ATV, and we had to keep looking behind us, making sure that the cops weren't after us and all that. And it was my little sister's turn to drive, and I don't know what possessed me going 60 miles an hour down a dirt road on a four-wheeler to put my hands over my sister's eyeballs.
Oh,
but
nice,
I did.
nice.
I guess because it was exciting and we had a thrill from it because we didn't know what was going to happen. Well, all I remember is waking up on the back of a four-wheeler and my sister driving us back real slow on a really beat up, like trashed ATV. And I don't even know how it started again, besides Jesus. And us driving back, both our heads are bleeding. My arm is killing me. I can't feel my hips. And we get there, and my mama goes, "What did you do to the four-wheeler? Your stepdad's gonna kill me." We weren't riding helmets, wearing helmets, nothing. Turns out we flipped over a giant rock. The four-wheeler went almost down into the hole of the turtles. I'm laying over there next to about 2 feet from falling in to the cliff off into the turtle pond. So I would have been turtle bait. And my sister woke up with her head up against a rock and blood coming down her head. And she somehow managed to pick me up, turn that four-wheeler over at 9 years old, 8, 9 years old, and drive us back to camp. And me waking up. I'm 30. I'm going to be 31 this year. And my mama, she took us to this rinky-dink hospital. And they didn't even tell that I had broke my arm. They said Jessica might have a concussion. So we waited till we got home. We went back home and we waited till after we got home from the hunting club. Went to our hospital, found out that I crushed my radial head in my right arm. I had to wear a cast till my ball joint grew back.
You terrify me.
Yeah. And my sister had take some kind of medicine or something like that. Found out that I messed up my hips real bad. And ever since then, yeah, I don't remember any of it except for waking up and my mama being upset about the four-wheeler. Because you got to remember, she was in a very stressful relationship.
And those four-wheelers are expensive. She could always have another kid.
She was in a very stressful relationship, and sometimes, that happens. But whatever. But to this day, my mama calls me turtle bait. And I was actually terrified to learn how to drive until I was 27 years old, and then I got the courage to get my license, and I bought my own car on my own. My mom signed on it, but I make all my own payments, and I bought my own car. I don't think the reality of how bad it was hit my mama until after we got home, because she was more worried about being chewed out by the guy she was with over her four-wheeler, if that makes sense. So it was just that whole big ordeal. But now we joke about it.
A valuable lesson, though, right?
Yeah.
About covering people's eyes while they're driving.
Oh yeah, he was incredibly pissed off. He was incredibly pissed off. And he hated me. He hated me so much. He was a narcissist, and I was the scapegoat. And
I love this. First, she says that you terrify her. Now she wants you to be. She says you guys should have been best friends.
Oh, yeah, I did some crazy stuff. You don't even know. No, he's not in the picture anymore. And he was a very bad man. A very, very bad man. So, and I was the scapegoat, and he hated me, and he always talked about how he would lie about me and say I did stuff and I didn't do things, and it was hard on my mama, because sometimes you can't help who you love, and you want love and you want someone to take care of you, but you also have your kids and you love them. So when you grow up, you realize, as a kid, you see it differently, because you're like, Mama should always be on my side, but when you grow up and you have a family of your own and you have someone that you love, it's a little bit different and it's harder for you to do stuff like that. But I don't blame my mama. It's not her fault. And it was different times. In the early 2000s, it was different times. I mean, like, you think, it was like 20 years ago, but compared to today and everything that's happened, it was different times. And think about how my mama was raised in the 70s and the 80s, Those were really different times. So you just have to learn and go on, forgive, because there ain't nobody in this world that's perfect. There was only one perfect person, and that was Jesus, and he died for you. And you got to remember that we're all people, and we're all going to make mistakes. And we just have to forgive. Because Jesus forgave you with his life. And if he can do that, you can forgive other people.
You guys are watching Food Talk TV. And that's Ashton, just like Granny on the screen.
Alright, so my chicken pot pie is done. And I wouldn't trade my mama for any other mama in this whole world. She did the best she could with 2 little girls on her own when my no good daddy did all he did and left and died. So my mama did the best she could. She worked 3 jobs. She raised 2 little girls on her own. She went back to school. She got a college degree. She got a good job. She bought her house on her own, always her own cars, paid all her own bills. Yes, she makes mistakes, but what parent doesn't? She taught me the most valuable. She taught me the most valuable thing in this whole world. And that's to believe in Jesus and to follow Jesus. So, here's my chicken pot pie.
So, guys, that was a liquid crust batter that she put over. And when she put it in the oven, everything else was cooked. So, she just waited until the crust firmed up. And looks like it puffed up a lot. That's because you put a little bit more baking powder in your self-rising flour than some other people do. And it makes it look a lot better.
Is my mama still in here? She's probably mad at me. Oh, okay. I hope you're not mad at me. I didn't mean to say anything if I did that bothered you. I know our life is pretty private sometimes, and I'm sorry. I just got ahead of myself and was telling stories. But here is the chicken pot pie. Don't that sound good?
Sure does. So, recap what you put in there. What's under the crust?
We have shredded chicken, 2 cans of veg-all, well, my own veg-all mix, cream of mushroom soup, some chicken broth, cream of chicken soup. Mix that together. And then the topping is 1 cup of self-rising flour, 1 cup of milk, and 1 stick of melted butter.
And if you use this recipe at home, Add a little bit, another teaspoon of baking powder to the self-rising flour if you want that same crust.
Yeah. Yeah. So here's my, it needs
Okay.
to cool before we cut into it. And I also got to take some pictures, and we're about 20 minutes over my time. Thank you for almost 60,000 likes and listening to my stories. Sorry that some of it got a little sad, but that's all right. Please know that I do care about all of you, and it was fun. And, ooh, I got like hiccups. I go live every Saturday at 2 p.m. my time. See
And
you
she
next
also goes live
Saturday.
on her channel.
I'll see you next Saturday. Please don't forget to follow me and follow Food Talk TV. And until next time, bye now. Love
Bye.
you.